So I'm really excited actually to mostly see how losers will be going next to the winner side.
Yeah, we're starting with winners, however. So Bleb versus Fireicey, Etalus, Zetterburn. Yeah, familiar matchup for the EU crowd. And here we're jumping right into it. Jules Vale.
Do we actually know if Bleb has ever taken a set against Fireicey?
I don't think he has, but I could be corrected.
Okay.
Could be corrected, but as far as I know, I don't. As far as I know, he has. He has never taken a set off of Fireicey.
Yeah.
However, and so far it's going in a similar direction because Fireicey has already built a bunch of damage on Bleb.
Yeah. Yeah, I feel like Fireicey will mostly be focusing on Bleb not being able to build this kind of fortress of ice around himself. And yeah, the problem is Fireicey is so quick with his buttons. This feels like Bleb won't be really able to kind of do his usual game plan as Endless.
And so right now Bleb is getting like a little more comfortable into the game because he has a bunch of damage now on the Zetterburn and is now very much looking to like throw him off stage because this is where Etalus shines. But Fireicey is going to claim first stock before that can happen.
Yeah, this I'm wondering if does Endless have enough edge guarding tools against Zetterburn in this matchup? Because next to like being hard, hitting very hard as Endless, I feel like it's also so much slower character, while Fireicey is just this beast who just has 100 inputs at a time.
Fireicey is definitely tough to edge guard. I think Etalus can do like an especially good job if he forces Zetter to recover low. When Zetter recovers high, it's a lot tougher, but
yeah. I'd also say like there's some very strong usage of Fireicey's projectiles right there. Just kind of making sure Bleb wasn't able to build anything. And, yeah.
What was that down B though? I heavily questioned the use of that down special there from Bleb, but you can't.
I feel like Fireicey won't fall for that. It's maybe like.
Oh, okay. That parry is going to lead to a lot of damage. Okay, manages to jump out of the combo, parries the fireball, gains some precious iframes to play neutral with. That's always helpful. Gets hit by the F-tilt, gets pushed off stage. Oh, very good, like reversal by Bleb because now Fireicey is the one off stage. Does manage to make it back. Like I said, Fireicey is just in general tough to edge guard with. It doesn't really matter what the matchup is.
Yeah, it's just crazy to me how he has all of these options like perfectly in his head and always knows like a route back on stage. Except that was a very strong edge guard actually right there. So
yeah, I liked it.
I feel like going for Aether is kind of a risky move because Fireicey will also be able to go kind of hard on combos now when using this move.
Yeah, that's true, but you also don't want to die to like a straight down strong or something like that. So for that, armor definitely protects you. And yeah, so far so good.
Yeah.
I was gonna say good edge guard, but look at Fireicey just stealing it like this.
The platform over there didn't really help. It kind of covered him with the ice projectiles Bleb was throwing out. I feel like I'm wondering if Fireicey was kind of noticing the platform hanging over there and used it to his advantage in the recovery.
I wouldn't put it past him because you know after like hours and hours of playing this game, you kind of like get a feel for how to use stuff like that.
Yeah, that was like this very scary situation to start a match with. As in, I feel like Fireicey on that percentage already could have taken that stocks, especially with the shine.
So now, by the way, this stage is kind of odd for as far as Etalus players go. They tend to either really hate it or really like it. I guess Bleb is in the second camp.
Yeah, I'm wondering, like, what would Bleb push to go to the stage right there?
Not survivability, because Zetter can pretty comfortably combo you into that top platform, and then he combos into up strong, and that's kind of your stock. But the blast zones are pretty far away, so it means that edge guarding is pretty important on this stage as a whole. And right now, Bleb just like took a bunch of damage thanks to that. But it's kind of struggling to close out the stock. Both of these are actually kind of struggling to close out the stock. Like Bleb gets a bunch of dash attacks, but he
very strong neutral. I feel like the way he was just able to go, not kind of be faced by the Fireicey speed right there was really strong. And kind of strange down B again. Yeah.
You just have to close these stocks like earlier if you want to like really build the lead, because
Yeah.
this is just a bit too much percent. What?
God,
Oh my god, that was actually optimal. That wasn't just a banana play, because look at the percentage.
How does he do it?
Yeah, Fireicey went from like 175 to 0, while Bleb just went from like almost 0 to 0. So really, that's like...
It's just insane. Like the way he just levels up Fireicey's game plan during the match. How does he think of it? It's crazy to me.
The short answer is a lot of experience.
Yeah, but also just like it's calmness in such a situation, because I feel like stock 1.
No, not again. Okay. I thought he was gonna go for it again.
He was either going for it again or going for something more crazy.
Well,
it's crazy how the momentum switched. It's
Fair is more common, but it works just as well.
Yeah.
Yeah. Give me that replay. No fear!
Insane.
No fear!
but it covers so many options also. Since it's like such a huge hitbox, it's recovery. So it's
it's huge and active. It's huge and active. It basically covers like the entire, basically every option he could have done. But it's just so funny when you look at it. But it was actually really smart when you think about it.
I think I've never seen it in tournaments like that before. It's
I've never seen it in a tournament. I've seen it in clips, but it's not the Zetterburn trying to do something like really optimal. It's mostly for laughs. But
yeah.
So by the way, we're back on the same stage. So Bleb was pretty confident in his counter pick. A little bit that will serve him, but.
And I feel like when they were both in the first talks, it actually wasn't that bad. Bleb. It's just at some point momentum switched and just went crazy.
Yeah. And oh, nice parry on the jab 3. Gonna get just a couple of dash attacks there. Now Bleb mostly stays at a distance in this matchup. Just kind of like looking for something to like punish with dash attack. He's mostly uses scare tactics. And
you should definitely kind of watch out with the long standing hitboxes he's throwing out, because I feel like Fireicey would just finish that. That was very good. Okay.
Yeah, good up air there. But like that like up air like from the ledge was especially sneaky, and I'm surprised Fireicey was ready to take that.
Yeah.
Okay, now the edge guards are starting, especially with like the armor. He doesn't really get knocked far away at all with the fireball, so it's especially tough to like get rid of. Unfortunately, misses the confirm and dies for it. What?
But still, I feel like he did a very good job of kind of not overextending on the edge there, because he didn't make the edge guard, but he took Fireicey to 20% right now.
Oh my god, that was almost extremely scary there. So gets another one of these. Unfortunately, he whiffs one of these nairs, and you really don't want to do that. Like as Fireicey, you want to keep your edge guards airtight. It's easier said than done. But if you don't, he's just gonna like do something like that, you know?
Yeah. Bleb's also going for like a lot of brave strongs, I feel like, because when you miss those, Fireicey has they're very strong coverage right there with the down special.
Okay, nice.
It kind of disproves us that it worked. Yeah. I was kind of thinking it was just like a random option, but I feel that.
Okay, nice tech coming from Bleb.
Zetterburn has just so many options to kind of push Bleb downwards off stage. It's insane.
Yeah, good landing by Bleb, using also the fair as coverage. Good shine to get out of the combo. Goes for a banana up B down B once again, and it actually works.
I feel like we're missing something with these down Bs, because they're suddenly working a very strong first
phase. Yeah, that's not supposed to work at this level. But maybe that's why it's working. It's not supposed to work, so you don't expect it. Oh, gets Fireicey trapped in ice. Very good conversion off of that. The percentages are high, and that's exactly what he needs right now if he wants to. Because you know, Fireicey, if he gets like some momentum going, he can make your entire lead melt away, and that's what he's looking to do.
Yeah.
So yeah, I would advise Bleb to like really not play with his food right now. And
such a like sneaky down B again from Fireicey.
Yeah, and that's like not that like down B, you know, like the regular down B with the hitbox. That's a thing that he hasn't done before in edge guards. And what? How are you dying like this, Bleb? Don't scare me like this.
Yeah, but he's kind of using the white stage there for his advantage, because I feel if he actually got closer to the stage, it could have been over.
Yeah.
And okay.
Goes off stage. Doesn't really overcommit. But
How was the down B there again?
Yeah, that was
I just don't get it.
Me neither, but
Is
this could be decisive. Okay. There we go. Finally takes the stock. You see like the little back and forth dance right there. That's like celebration. Like, oh, I managed to secure the game. I didn't get like come back on once again.
I think Bled should be really proud for making a comeback that much, because the way he kept his mental together is kind of hard after just getting destroyed before that.
Oh yeah, and Bleb riding on that momentum opened with a parry into a pretty nice conversion, 45% on the Lion, or the first 6. And yeah, keeps going, pushes him off stage, hits him with the icicles, and this stage is a pretty nifty counter pick, by the way, from Fireicey, because those platforms are definitely going to help him recover. So it's going to like accentuate one of his strengths as a player. They're also really good for these kinds of conversions, you know, stealing stocks just like that. And on top of that, the ceiling is the lowest in the game, so conversions into upstrong are gonna hit extra hard.
Yeah, I'm wondering if there's might be a possibility it could also fire back, because Fireicey has been like living a long time in all of his stocks. Well, for it goes now that Bleb also dies early, but oh my god, never mind. I didn't say anything. This is the greatest counter pick. Don't listen.
He tries to go for an upstrong of his own, but this one doesn't connect as well. Meanwhile, like Zetterburn upstrong is like, what? Did he die to dash attack?
Yeah. Okay. Apparently.
Oh my god, so much is happening, but okay, hits a bunch of fireball, gets thrown off stage. This is pretty bad. Doesn't let the Etalus get away with like coming back off stage, like right behind. No, I'm throwing you right back off stage. This time tries to recover low. And no,
Heartbreaker!
Why?
Heartbreaker! No. Ah, that's after. It's still very well played, but yeah, it's also like crazy how much options Fireicey was actually still covering there. So it's like a great SD, but I also kind of understand, because you're just so scared of like Fireicey as a hitbox, you kind of forget to just recover.
It happens. It's just it just happens a bit too often with Bleb in my case, because I've seen a lot of his sets, but it's okay.